All right, guys, so for strength work today, we're gonna go through a little bit of a bodybuilding circuit, a little bit similar to what we did last week. So this is gonna be a little bit longer. The workout today is probably on the shorter side, more cardio intensive. So we're gonna spend some time doing some bodybuilding work. So we're gonna hit a little bit of everything. We're gonna hit some shoulders, arms, core, and lower body. So we'll kind of rotate through everything. And I'm going to demo here our movements, and you guys should be able to find some stuff at home to use for this if you don't have a lot of weights. You don't need a whole lot of stuff today. We're not loading up super heavy. So this should be something that you guys can get creative and figure out a way to get this done at home today. So we're gonna go through our circuit. We're gonna have 4 different movements. You guys are gonna rotate through each one 5 times. We'll spend about a minute on each, so treat it like an EMOM. So this will take about 20 minutes. You should get some rest time in there, just moving from movement to movement. Guys, our first movement is going to be a bent over dumbbell reverse fly. So a few things about this as you do it. We are folding forward, so you're gonna have your core support, which is awesome. And we wanna think about really using our upper back. So we're folding at the hips. My knees are a little bent, you can't see it right here, but a little bit of my knees. I'm folding forward. I'm starting with my arms locked out. I'm going to pull my shoulder blades, my scap together as I open up, all right? And then I'm gonna control back down, getting that nice little squeeze at the top. All right, guys, next thing we've got is going to be some tricep dips. All you're gonna need is a box, a bench, a couch edge, something that's raised up that you can move on, okay? So you can do these almost anywhere. I'm gonna show you just a couple ways to do this. What we wanna think about is keeping the chest tall, keeping those elbows tucked in, not letting them flare out. All right, so palms on whatever you're using as your support. You can use your feet a couple different ways. For a little more support, you can plant your feet and dip. A little less support, put them out in front of you on your heels. Keep your booty close to the box and dip. If you want to make this a little more challenging, you could prop your feet up on something and go through that dip as well. All right, guys, next movement is going to be a lateral box step up with a tempo descent, okay? You guys can do this without weight. You can do this holding a dumbbell. You could do this holding something around your chest, a single kettlebell, doesn't really matter. Pick something. The tempo descent on this is where you're really getting your work, okay? So don't stress out about what kind of weight you have. If you're really focusing on that descent, you're gonna get a lot of great work in. So what this is gonna look like, again, you'll need something to step on. It could be a chair, a bench, a box. We're gonna do 5 of these on each leg. It's gonna be plenty for 5 rounds. We're gonna start leg up on the box. Again, trying to drive out of that elevated foot, standing up, and then controlling down, sitting into that heel to the ground, taking the leg off, putting it back up, standing up, and descending slow, okay? So I want you to do your best to try not to collapse at the bottom. If you do a little bit, I get it, these are hard, but I really want you to focus on a controlled descent as you lower yourself off the box. Pick an appropriate height. Feel free to work up a little bit if you're able to, and this should be very challenging, so have fun with it. So one of my favorite core movements to do on the GHD is some GHD paddling. Some of you may have done this before. If you don't have a GHD, which I don't know how many people do, we're gonna do a floor version today. So that's what I'm gonna show you. All you'll need is something light. Maybe you don't need anything at all. You could even grab like a pillow or something just to hold in your hands. Okay, so a lot of this is about the rotation. It's not about the weight. I'm demoing with a 5-pound dumbbell, and honestly, that's probably about as much as I would do. When I do this on a GHD, I use a 15-pound training bar, and the movement is a little bit different. Since we're off the floor, we're doing a little bit more rotation. So that's why I'm not using quite as much weight. So here's what this is gonna look like. We're gonna be on the ground, all right? I'm gonna lay back into my hips, small of my back is on the ground, all right? My knees, I can try to lengthen them out. A little bend here is probably okay. And what I'm gonna do is holding onto that dumbbell. If you're holding a kettlebell, you'd hold it the same way, or a plate, same thing. Arms on each side. We're gonna go around the head with your weight, okay? So then we'll go back the other direction, and I promise you, you're gonna feel that fire up in your midsection for sure. Okay, so we'll have 10 rotations each direction on that.